Okay, so good morning, everyone. Welcome to this day 2 of Mastering Power BI Bootcamp. Okay, this is going to be very, interactive day as far as, working hands-on on Power BI is concerned. Okay, so if you have Power BI installed in your laptop, so I would suggest you to actually start doing along with me. Okay, otherwise you can, you can just go through the entire session. You can watch the recordings if and then you can practice also. Okay, so let us quickly jump to our content. So in just to give a recap of what we did in day one, that was what is we understood what is Power BI, why should we learn it, what are the career opportunities, and we also discussed in detail what is the demand in the industry, why you should learn a skill like Power BI. Okay, what is the demand? And then we saw that what are the key features, components that we should keep in mind while learning Power BI. And then we went on to a hands-on, learning onto Power BI tool. Today's session is more related to how we run the Power BI desktop app. Okay. And then we are going to see and we are going to create a dashboard in less than 10 minutes. Okay. Then we will see some of the advanced visuals. Then there are some Power BI tips and tricks that I'm going to tell you. How to leverage AI, that is the most important part. Okay, so there are some enabilities that are there in Power BI tool itself. Okay, that helps you create from text to visual. Okay, so you might have seen a lot of softwares or a lot of apps have come, which is creating text to images, right? With the help of AI. Same way we have text to visual option in Power BI, which we are going to see. And apart from Power BI also, if you want to use maybe AI tool like ChatGPT, you can actually use ChatGPT for Power BI. And one more thing I want to, I would like to tell you is there are some AI tools which can actually create a visualization. Okay. So just like there is a tool called Copilot, okay, MS Copilot. So MS Copilot, what it does is that it can actually generate a visual for you based on your data. Let's just quickly go to our Power BI tool and let us start doing all the activities on Power BI tool itself. Again, I am telling the same thing. Don't, when I'm explaining anything, don't try to ask too many doubts. I'll give you a window to ask for the doubts so that the flow can be maintained. Okay. So if you have Power BI desktop into your laptop, you can just click on Power BI desktop. So Power BI desktop will open. Okay. For those who have not installed it, you can go here and there is an option called Microsoft Store. So here, if you click on Microsoft Store, you need to search for Power BI desktop. Okay. So here, if I type, just a second. Yeah. So if I type Power BI desktop, okay, always write this desktop word. Otherwise, there are a lot of different kind of Power BI tools that are available. So what we need to install is Power BI desktop. Just a second. Yeah. I think my Power BI is getting open. That's why it is getting, yeah. Just a second. Let me just reopen it. Yeah. So if you go into Microsoft Store, here you can write Power BI desktop. In Power BI desktop, this you need to install. So because it is already installed in my system, it is actually asking me to open. Okay. So here for you, there will be an option called install. Okay. So once you install it, you have this kind of, once you double click on that Power BI desktop icon, you will have this kind of blank report. Okay. So here I just click on this blank report. So this is the Power BI window where we are going to work. Now, the first thing that we need to do is, before starting anything, is to add our data. Now, there are various options to add our data. One is, of course, Excel sheet. So if I want to add some Excel sheet, I just click on this Excel sheet option, and whatever Excel sheet that I choose, I'll just be able to add that. Okay, so it is going to create some connection so that for Power BI to work, it needs some data, right? So data we need to give in the form of Excel, in the form of CSV file, in the form of any other text file also. Okay, so that is one of the key feature of Power BI. So if I click on this 2023 is the name of my sheet, and I'll just load. So once I load the data, my data will be loaded in Power BI, and I can use that data to create my visuals, right? So it is taking some time to load based on the size of the file. So it has something around 17,000 line items. So that's why it is taking some time. Let it load the data, and then I'll show you how the data comes in. So see this, here there is an option called import data from Excel. So once you click on that, or there is one more option here, Excel workbook. So if you click here, then also you can have an option of adding your data in the Power BI file. Then once the data is uploaded, you will have a list of field in the right hand side. Data, this is called data pan, where you have all the data, okay, which is required for your visualization, right? Now, this was an example of, just a second. Yeah. So this was an example of uploading the data with the help of Excel file. Now, if your data is not in Excel, it might be in some other format. For example, if I show you here, this was the Excel file that I have uploaded. But there is one more type of file that is called comma separated. That is CSV file. Okay. So if I try to upload this CSV file, though it looks like an Excel file, but it is not an Excel file. It is a CSV file. Okay. So if I want to upload this CSV file, how can I upload that? I need to go into get data. There's an option called get data where there are various different sources through which I can upload my file. Can you see this option text and CSV, text oblique CSV? So I'll click on text oblique CSV. So I'll just go into the table or the folder in which my data is there. Can you see the CSV file? It will only show you two types of file. One is CSV and one is text, because we have selected text oblique CSV. So I can click on CSV and see here there's no Excel file that it is showing you because this is an option of selecting only CSV and text file. So I'll just click and open. So this CSV file can also be uploaded. See, this is the CSV file that I have. Okay, it is showing me the layout of that file. I'll just load here. So I will have this file also loaded in my Power BI. So Power BI is very, very powerful in terms of loading the data. It can load the data from Excel also. It can load the data from CSV also. And we are going to see one more option where it can actually upload your data with the help of text file also. But first, let us see whether my data is uploaded or not. So this is my one of the data, which I uploaded in the form of Excel sheet, as you can see in the right hand side. And this was the CSV file. So this is the CSV file that has been uploaded, right? So these are the two options that are available to upload our data. But now, for example, I have my data in the text format. I have my data like this, something like this. Okay, can you see this? So all these bank statements that you download, okay, all these bank statements that you download, these all are in text format. And in future, most of your data is going to be in text format only. Okay. So this option is going to be helping you a lot in terms of uploading your data. See, there is a huge data. Okay. But this is not in Excel. This is in some other format called text file. So how can I upload that? It is also very, very simple. Let us just go back to my Power BI, get data. Here, text and CSV, because text and CSV, both options are available. So I just click on text and CSV. So here also my text file will also, it is going to show. I'll just open it and see the magic. Okay. Everything will be, see, can you see this? Everything is formatted, neat and clean. Can you see this? Even it has actually bifurcated each and everything. So if I compare this with my text file. So in text file, what was the issue? Everything is quite unorganized. But at the same time, here, if I talk about this file, here everything is organized in the form of rows and columns. Okay. I'll just click on load. So this way I can actually upload a text file also. If I go here to see my table, see my text file is also uploaded, and see how neat and clean it has been uploaded without me doing anything. Okay. That is the power of this tool. Okay. Many people think that these things, there are a lot of things that we can do in Excel, but Power BI is very, very powerful in terms of handling the data. Okay. Any kind of data, you name it, it is going to give you, you know, very good results as far as uploading the data is concerned. Now, till now, if I, show it in Excel file, okay, till now, as far as data sources are concerned, okay, uploading the sources are concerned, okay, what we have covered? We have covered Excel file. Let me just zoom it. We have covered Excel file upload while uploading the data. Then we have done CSV file. Then we have done text file. Now, the best part is, if I have some data in a PDF, if I have some data in PDF, do you think it is going to upload that? The answer is yes, right? So now we are going to see how to upload the data with the help of PDF. Let me just show you first how the PDF looks like. So this is a PDF document that I have. I don't want all these things. I only want the table. Can you see this table? This table data I want in Power BI, and this table data. Okay. Whatever the table data that is there, table data means which has rows and columns. So see, can you see this? It has all the fields that is called columns and all the row data. Now, it is a tedious task. First copy it and paste it in Excel file, and then Excel file you upload it in the tool. What if I can actually upload this table file directly into Power BI? Is there any option? Yes. Let me just close it. Go into get data. Here, if I see I don't get any option of PDF, so I'll go into more options. And it is said that more than 140 options are there. Can you see this? There are more than 140 options. Even, many of you might not be knowing. Okay. Still, there are a lot of options to upload the data. My option is PDF. Okay. My option is PDF. I'll just click on connect. So now it is going to only show me the PDF document that I have in my folder. So I have this PDF document. I'll press OK. This is the most powerful function of Power BI as far as uploading the data is concerned. Now see, it has given me table 1, 2, 3, 4. What Power BI does is it actually tries to identify the table related data in your document. So if it is a table related data that is there, you can just extract that table and start using it for your analysis. So for example, if I want to see what data is this, so this is some column data which I don't want it. Second, see, this is the table I wanted. Okay, I'll just click on this. Then next is this table also I want. Okay, I'll click on this table. This table also I want. I'll click on this table. That's it. All the other data is irrelevant for me because I all in Power BI, if I want to analyze anything, I want the data in the form of columns and rows, right? So I have actually selected the required tables from here. I'll just click and load. Now see how simple it has become now. Okay, I need not transfer it to some Excel file or some use some extra tool to actually convert PDF to Excel, which we do. Okay, instead of doing that, let us just try to use these tools actually. And this is a completely free tool. Okay, for practice purposes, it is completely free. Okay, and I am actually running a free tool only. Okay, so as you can see in the right hand side, see all the tables are in line. Okay, everything is in the form of rows and columns, right? So these are some of the various different ways through which you can upload your data. Let me just take a break. You were amazed that how when I saw it for the first time, like getting the data from PDF, it was really incredible. So any doubts, anybody, or did you find it interesting to upload this data from various different sources? Yes, no?
Yes, sir.
Yes. Can we upload the data from image?
Image upload, the answer is yes or no. Okay. I have never done it in Power BI, but I have done it in other tools. So I'll show you in some other tool. I am not sure about Power BI, but in other tools we can do it. There is some AI tools for that.
Uh,
For example, Copilot is one of them. So there you can do it.
and yeah, one more thing, I want to appreciate actually. I have attended two, three demos. In that demo, nobody show, from the multiple way to download the data. So only they are using from Excel and they're showing like this.
Correct,
So
correct,
it's
correct.
very good to know that you
Yeah.
are taking effort. Yeah. Thank you so much. Yeah.
Thank you so much. Thank you. Thank you. Others, any doubt? And how many, like, let us be a bit interactive. Uh, how many of you have actually, knew that, you can actually upload a data from PDF or maybe, text format? How many of you have actually known it? Was it a new thing for you? Yes, no, so that I can also get some energy from the people,
Sir,
right?
it was really a new thing for us, for
Right.
me more especially.
Okay, great. Okay, the story doesn't end here. Okay, let me just show you something more amazing. Now, for example, I have a folder. I have a folder which has multiple files. Okay, which has multiple files. Now pay attention. This is even more amazing. Now I have multiple files, which is the employee data. Okay, employee data 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 files are there. Different records are there in each file. Let me just show you. So see, this is the employee data that I have. So from employee ID 1001 to employee ID 1025, I have in this sheet. Okay, that the name of the sheet is employee 1. Let me just close this. Let me just go and employee 2. So in employee 2 field, okay, file, I have from 1026 to 1050 and so on. Okay. So what I have is I have employee related data, but it is bifurcated between various files. Now in Excel, if I want to merge it, okay, in Excel, if I want to merge it, what do I need to do? I need to open one Excel, or I should open two Excel and then copy paste manually. This is how we do. Yes or no? This is how we do consolidation, right? If I want to consolidate all employee data in one sheet, what I need to do? I need to copy paste it manually. Yes or no? That's how we do it, right? I'm not getting answers. I don't know whether am I audible to everybody? Yes, no?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So when
Yes, sir. Yes,
compiling
sir.
this, yeah. So when compiling these files, okay, what do? We just copy paste, manual copy paste. What if I can connect this folder itself so that all the records can come one after another without me doing anything? Can we try that? Can we try uploading a folder itself?
Yes, sir.
Let us
Please.
do that. Let us do that. We have an option of get data. Here, I'll go into more. And there's an option called folder. I'll click on connect. Now it is asking me which folder do you want to upload. I'll just browse. And here I want to go into my folder. Okay. So under data, there is a connect folder which I have created. I'll just click on that and press OK. Okay. Now see, it is showing me you have employee 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 different files which you are going to see at the same time. And can you see this option combine? Combine and load. Okay. I am going to combine the files as it is. Combine and load. Now see, while we do that manual copy paste, it takes at least 10-15 minutes for us to do the manual copy paste and then upload the file. What it is showing, we didn't recognize the format for this file. Okay, text in. Okay. Let me just do it once again. So what it is asking me, it is asking me that this file, ini.ini file, it is not recognizing. Let us just see what file is it. Sometimes some temporary file comes in. So maybe let me just do one thing. Let me just create a let me just copy these files and paste it there. Okay, let us try now. Go into more options, folder, connect, browse. Let me go into my desktop, file, data, connect folder to. Okay, okay. Now see, only 4 files are there. Let us click on combine and load. Click on this sheet. Can you see this? Now let us just click on OK. Now, if everything is fine, all my employee data should come one after another. There should not be any separate data that should be there. Okay. So it is taking some time because it is creating a connection between the folders. Okay. Let it take some time. Okay. Done. Now, how to check it? Let us go into table view. And we have one file called connect folder. Can you see this connect folder file? Now, if you remember, in my first file, there were 1001 to 1025. But here, can you see this? All the 100 employees data has been merged with the help of this folder option. And it is showing me the source also. If I click here, it will show me from various sources that I'm getting the data. Okay, this is the most beneficial option that we have in Excel where we can actually upload a folder itself.
सर
Okay. Yes.
सर इसने ये कैसे डिसाइड किया कि कौन सा प्रायोरिटी डाटा है लाइक जैसे सॉर्टेड था वो डाटा वैसे ही
we have selected and we have put it in the folder. हमें select करना है and we have to put only those files which are required for us. So it will actually connect the entire folder. So you have to select. That's why I created a new folder so that it can take all the files that are there in the folder. So if you want to connect multiple folders, you can do that. but you have to keep folder-wise data.
Sir, a
Any other
question,
doubt? Yes.
so I have one
Yes.
question actually.
Yes. Yes.
If we have two folder and each folder has 4 Excel file, okay.
Okay.
So before uploading, if I want to do the relationship, okay, can we do relationship?
Relationship, you cannot do in the connect folder option. Relationship, there is one more option, which is under data modeling. So we can create relationship between multiple folders. Okay. And instead of merging the file, we can do a relation, we can actually take relational data. So that is a separate option. But when we talk about folder uploading, so you have to put,
Mhm.
so folder, the concept of folder is whatever the file that you are going to upload, it is going to merge them one after another. Okay. So for example, in some files, your column headers are not proper. Okay. Column and the headers are disproportionate. So you have to just first correct that. For example, your name is in the third column in some files, and in some files it is in second column. So what you need to do? You need to actually map it so that each column should come one after another. Otherwise, what will happen? It is going to merge the wrong data. So this folder option can be useful only when you have similar files which has similar kind of headers, similar kinds of row data. Okay. Especially when we talk about all these reports that we generate from various softwares. So software level, all the reports that are there, they are standard reports. In software, you don't change the column headings, or you don't change the column positioning every day. Okay. So for example, you have sales report. Okay. For 12 months. Now, sales report is a standard report which has standard columns and standard data. Okay. So if you want to merge them for 12 months, it will take a longer period of time for you to do it. Instead of doing that, you can just connect that folder and all the data will be pasted one after another. Right. So this was again a very, very important option of connecting the folder. Right. Any other doubt? Anybody?
Sir, my doubt is on this only. सर अगर हम लोग रिलेशनशिप डिफाइन कर रहे हैं और वहां पे जैसे आपने बताया
Right now, we are not talking about relationship. Right now, our focus is when we have identical files. Okay, when we have headers identical, we can actually merge those files. Relationship is something that we are going to see separately, which is a part of data modeling. Right. So relationship we'll discuss separately. Right, Amar?
नो सर माय क्वेश्चन वाज नॉट दिस, मतलब बैकग्राउंड दे रहा था कि क्या है, लाइक अगर वो कॉलम मिसमैच होता भी है तो ये इसको रेक्टिफाई नहीं किया जा सकता है एआई के थ्रू, लाइक एआई आइडेंटिफाई कर लेगा या मशीन लर्निंग आइडेंटिफाई कर लेगा कि हाँ ये इस कॉलम में नहीं है, इस कॉलम में।
See, right now we are not going into machine learning. Our task is to make things more simpler. Okay. Not many people are accustomed to machine learning. Okay. Just like I am not accustomed to machine learning. I need simple things to understand. Okay. So there are solutions if you know it well and good. Okay. But here there are certain rules to be followed. If you want to open, a formula, or you want to actually upload a folder, you have to follow the rules. Okay. So there are certain rules for data which you need to do before doing using all these options. Right. Any other doubt? Okay. Now
No, sir. No.
let
No,
me
sir.
show you one more interesting option, that is connecting the data with the help of web. Okay. What do I mean by that? For example, there is some website which has some data. For example, let me just show you one website. So there is a website called Screener. Okay. Screener is a website in which you have all the data which is there related to a particular company. For example, let us just take a company called Tata Motors. So I'll search the Tata Motors and I have all the data related to Tata Motor in a single website. Okay. And see, in website also these details are in the form of fields, in the form of like a table, in the form of table format, right? So all these data, if I want to analyze, okay, in Excel or in Power BI, okay, how can I do that? I can actually get the data with the help of this website. Okay, link. Okay, that option is also available in Power BI. How to do that? let me just go into get data, and there's an option called web. Okay. First of all, before doing that, let me just copy this URL. Here, I'm going to go into web. Now see here, there are two options, basic and advanced. I'm going to click on basic and put my URL here. That's it. I'll just press OK. Now what will happen? It is going to create, can you see this? It is creating connection with screener.in. Let me just connect. So it is taking some time to connect it because it is actually connecting with the website to get the data. Okay. So now see, again, in the same view, I will have multiple tables. Can you see this? So many tables are there. Around 16 tables are there. Now, if I want to choose any table, I can choose it by selecting it, right? All the data that we saw on that website is in the form of all these tables. So Power BI only tries to extract the table related data, okay? Because other data might not be relevant for analysis. So for analysis, table related data is very, very important, okay? Right? So for example, let me just take this table 14. Okay, this is the table that I'm going to upload. I'm not going to upload every table. I'm going to upload the table which is required. So I'll just click on this and load.
So is it possible to see?
So we cannot hear you. I cannot hear you.
Hello, can you hear me?
Now I can hear.
Yeah. So see, my table has been, table 14 has been uploaded. Can you see this? Here, just a second, table 14. Can you see this? Exactly in the same format in which I had the details, I have actually uploaded the same in in my Power BI file. Okay. Now I can use this data for my analysis. Okay. So these are some of the ways through which we can actually upload our data. Okay. So what we have seen till now is
But
how
sir,
to.
in that data, it is showing the year as a one row.
Yeah.
How we can handle that?
We can handle that. That also I'm going to show you. Okay. Let us first understand whatever we have seen. Sorry.
Sure.
Under upload. So we have seen folder upload, and we have seen website data upload also under upload options, right? Now, as somebody asked that, how to handle all these, details. Like for example, there is one row that is, not having correct headers. Okay, let us take, uh, this example only. Okay. So there's an option called data transformation. Okay. So our next topic was to how to transform the data. First point is we have actually uploaded the various kind of data from the various sources, right? Now, if I want to do some changes in that data, if there is any transformation that is required, how can I do that? That we are going to see in the next 20-25 minutes. Okay. So how to go into transformation? There's an option called transform data. So from here, you have to go into transform data. Now, this is a new window that will get open. This is a backend. Okay, this is a front end. This is the front part of our Power BI. Okay, this is the front facing window of Power BI, right? And the data transformation happens at the backend. Okay, so in the backend, if you can see, there are multiple files. Whatever the files that I've uploaded till now, it is, you can easily view these files here. Now, if I want to do some changes in these files, for example, I don't want this row ID column. Okay. I can do the changes just like we do in Excel. We can do the changes in Power BI window as well, that is transform. So I just click on this and I'll click on right click, and there is an option called remove column. So I can remove the column whatever I want to remove. Now what happens in Excel is that if you do some activity in Excel, there's an option called undo. Okay, you can undo that option. That means you can press Control Z and your option will be undo, right? But in unfortunately in data transformation tab in Power BI, we don't have option of doing undo. We have, instead of that, we have applied steps. So for example, I have removed one column. So see, my step has been recorded. So that, so I can see that, one of the columns was there, which I removed. That is called remove columns, right? Now, for example, by mistake, I removed the column. Okay. And if I want the column back, what I can do, I can just click on this cross sign. So my row ID will be back. Okay. So one thing that we need to understand here in data transformation is whatever the steps that I do, if I want to go back to the previous step, I need to click on this applied steps and I need to choose which step I need to reverse. So this is what we call undo. Okay. Like this, there are various other options. For example, let us take one example of maybe taking a count rows. Okay. For example, right now, I don't know how many row of data that I have. Okay. There is a huge data. Can you see this? The data is going down like anything. Okay. Now, if I want to know what is the number of rows number of rows data that I have in the data, so I can click on this count rows, and it is going to give me 17,530. That is the 17,530 records that are there in a single table. Now, if I want to go back, I can click on this cross and I'll be back in my report. Right? Clear? So these are some of the changes. As you can see at the top pan, there are many different options that are available, which can help us do a lot of transformation in data. For example, let us just do ship mode. Okay. Can you see this ship mode second class? Okay. Instead of class, I want second class one. Okay. I want to replace the data. Just like we do a replace in Excel, we can do some replacement here also. How I can do that? I can just click on that column. Okay, here under transform, can you see this option called replace values? I'll click on replace value. So just like in Excel, it asks me what to be replaced. So I'm just putting a detail that class should be replaced with class 1. Okay, and let us press OK. So all the entire field, wherever there is a class, it has been changed to class 1. Okay, this is called replace. And there are a lot of different options, that are there in your Excel. The same you can use in Power BI as well. Now, if I want to replace it, or if I want to go back to the previous part of it, I can just click on this and I'll be back on my, original column. Okay. Same way, if you want to rename the rows, you can just double click on the field, on any field, and you can rename it. By double clicking, you can rename it. For example, I just put it ship date 1. Okay. So I can rename it. Then under, can you see this add column? You can add also a column. Okay. Just like in our data, for example, we have, if you can see, we have sales, we have quantity, we have discount, we have profit. Okay. But there is one more column that I want. I want one more column. The name of the column should be what? The name of the column should be commission. And I want to give 1% commission. I want to give 1% commission on every sales. So for example, in the first case, it is 1869. I want to give 1% commission to the salesperson, based on this sales. Now the problem is commission column is not available in my data. Now, can I add a column? Yes. There's an option called add column. So add column, under add column, there is a custom column. That means custom, what is the meaning of custom column? Custom column means that you can create your own column based on your own criteria. Okay. So let me just click on this custom column. Custom column. Here it is asking me the column name. For example, the column name that I'm keeping is commission, right? I want to have a commission column. So I'm just putting commission. Now, what should be my commission? The commission should be sales multiplied by 1%. Okay. So here I need to choose the sales column first. This is my sales column. I'll just click on insert. So in this way, I've inserted the sales column. This is nothing but writing a formula. Okay. This is also called DAX. Okay. Data analysis expression. Okay. What is that? This is nothing but a formula language of Power BI. Just like we write formulas in Excel, same way we can write formulas in Power BI as well. Okay. So first is I have selected the sales. Let me just put multiplication the way we do it. Now, instead of writing 1%, I will be writing 0.01. If I write 1% or if I write 0.01, it is one and the same. Okay. Because 1 divided by 100 is 0.01. Right. So instead of creating a commission by 1%, I am writing 0.01. Okay. Now, many of you might be thinking that why can't we write percentage? Okay. So many a times, in these tools, percentage is not considered as a best practice to, do the calculation. Okay. So either you can do multiply by 1 divided by 100. That can also be possible. And you can write 0.01 as well and click on OK. So the way that the point I click on OK, can you see this new option column that is created with the help of this formula? Okay, I can change it to value decimal, right? And because I have done a change, if I want to go back to my Power BI, I'll just have to go and do close and apply so that my data, whatever the changes that I have done in the data, that can be saved. So once I click on that, see, it is loading it again. Why it is loading? Because I have done some changes in my data, because I've created one additional column, right? So if I see in 2023, there's an additional column that might have been created, which is called as commission. If I search here commission, can you see this? Earlier in my data, commission was not there. So it has been there. There has been a column that has been created with the name of commission. Now somebody was asking me how we can get the data from an image, right? So in Power BI, I have not found any option like that. But there's one way of doing it, okay, which is to use a tool called Microsoft Copilot. Okay. Let me just go and keep my Edge on. Okay, so this is an Edge browser. Okay, here, if you can see, there is a small icon related to Copilot. Okay, so if you can go here, click on this icon, and there will be a window that will get open. That is called Copilot. Here, there's an option of add an image. Okay, so I can upload the image that I want. For example, I have one image in my this folder, which has some data. Data image. Okay, let me just press open. Okay, let me just show you how this data is. So under data folder, I have an image. Just a second. Yeah, this folder. So I have the data, but the data is in the form of some image. Okay, so something like this. Okay, now how to get this data, right? So what I've done is that I have gone into Copilot. Okay, there was an option of upload the image, and now I can ask whatever question I want to ask here. But here I don't want to ask any question. I want to just upload the file, and I will just put a comment that extract the data from the image. That's it. Attached. Let us keep everything simple. Let me just click on submit. So what it is trying to do is that it will actually create or extract the data from this image. Okay. So it will take some time based on, because it is reading an image to get the data from an image. Okay. Can you see this? Now, this kind of output you might have got from, see, this kind of output can be available from various different tools. Okay. It is the, one is maybe, ChatGPT, Claude, Gemini. There are a lot of options. But why do I use Copilot? Is because Copilot is a Microsoft software. And Power BI is also a Microsoft software. And Excel is also your Microsoft software. So what it does is that it actually gives you an option of edit in Excel directly. Can you see this? I can just click on that and I can go and edit it in an Excel format also. Okay, so it is exporting the data in Excel. Okay. So see, it is trying to open the data. Can you see this? It has actually given me an Excel file itself. Now, if I want this Excel file, I'll just go here and export it to download it to CSV, no issues. CSV data is also fine for us. Now see, the CSV file has been downloaded. Now in this way, now we already know that how to actually upload this CSV file. Okay, so let me just show you. So initially my data was in image. I converted it into CSV, right? I converted that into CSV, and now I'm going to upload in my Power BI data. Let me just go here. Not Excel. This time it is a CSV file. So I'll just go and select the option text to CSV. Now I'll go into downloads. So this is the Copilot sheet which I downloaded just now. I'll just open that. So see, my data which was there in the image format, okay, I've been able to upload that data in Power BI, right? Now, if I want to see the data, I can see that. So this is the data, right? Clear? I guess Latif ji asked it, right? Latif, is it clear to you?
Yes, sir. Yes, it's clear for me. Really appreciate it. One question
And
actually.
yeah,
What is the size of this image? Is the
yeah,
limit
very.
for the...
So in image there is no such limit. I guess if there is a limit, it will tell you. But usually, I think less than 1 MB is something that is acceptable. Any
Okay,
which ways, you
and
have these
in...
screenshots. The screenshots are very light actually. So if
Okay.
I show you let me just show you, because image is a very light data. So if I show you
Okay.
what was the size of that file. So it was 40 KB only. So image is generally very less of size. But yeah, if you have a image which has like it is a very what we can say, a zoom out image, then there might be some issue with the data. So the image should be a bit clear like this, so that it can read the data properly. Okay,
And
so image
any
should be clear.
restriction for any format, like it's only need PNG, JPG, all format we can upload, right?
Yes, JPEG, the PNG, JPEG, both will be majorly these two formats are there. So both we can
Okay.
be, even a screenshot that you take out of something, that also you can
Mm-hmm.
upload it.
No
Usually, like for
problem.
example, so I am attending a session where there was a table that was shown. Okay, I can very well take the screenshot of that, but the format of the table should be correct. Okay, so that it can, because it is a system, right? So it has to
Right.
actually grasp the information. Okay,
Right.
now
And
let
now
yeah,
you open the Power BI services and type the Copilot, okay? And
yes,
there's one
not
option here,
here
image.
here here here. You need to go into the Edge browser. here. So there are
But
just like Google Chrome, there is a browser. There is a browser called Edge, Microsoft Edge. There you can go and use the Copilot option,
okay.
right?
And there's a one option also there, right? After the publish,
Yes,
there's a one option,
this
Copilot.
one you are saying.
Yeah, yeah.
Which one you are seeing? This one, this will work only when you have this Copilot license. The one that I am showing you, this is a free way of using it. If you want to use
Okay.
this, then you need to have a license for it. Though
License
it is the
option.
same
Oh,
thing. It is the same thing. But
okay,
the
okay.
license is something, I think 15-20,000 per year you need to pay to use that.
I really
Just a
appreciate.
second.
Thank you.
So whatever I told you, it is a free option. This is it.
Okay, sir.
Okay, so how many of you have actually created a pivot? I guess most of you might have created the pivot in Excel, right? Yes, no? How many of you have actually created pivot? What is pivot? You guys know? Can I get something on in the chat? Yes. Okay. So almost everybody knows what is the pivot. Pivot is nothing but, you know, creating a summary out of a detailed data. Have you, has anybody done unpivot? Like if you have a data in the form of a pivot, now if you want to change it to a normal data, have you done that? Yes, no. Most of you might have created a pivot out of a detailed data. But what if I have a pivot and I want to change it to a normal data? Okay. How to do that? It is very useful useful thing, and I used it almost every time. Okay. Let me just show you. For that, I need to first of all, let us see what kind of data are we dealing with. Okay. So let me just close this. Let me just open my data file. Okay. So here I have a merge sheet. Okay. Not merge sheet, sorry, unpivot. I have this unpivot sheet. Now see, this is the data that I have. Correct. So this is a perfect example of pivot data. In that, I have item, name, and sales, but the sales is month-wise sales. Can you see this? Now, I don't want this kind of a format for a data. I want a single field. What do I want? I want a single field with the name month, and all the months should be in a single field. There should not be a separate field for separate months. I hope you got the question right. What we are trying to do, we are trying to unpivot the data, right? What do I mean by unpivot? Unpivot is to actually whatever the summary data that I have, I need to convert it back to a normal data. Okay, which has a single column. In this case, what I want to do, I want to let me just mark it for you. I want all these month column to be a single column only, or two columns. One column will be for example, let me just create how I want the data. I want a month column in which all the months will come, and I want a value column in which all the values will come. I don't want a summary format of it. I want a detailed format. So how to do that? Let us just try to understand with the help of Power BI. First of all, if I want to do something related to a data, I need to first upload that data. So I'll just go into get data, Excel file, desktop, data. Here I'll just click on this unpivot data. Now this data is going to get uploaded, and now I am going to change this data in Power BI itself with the help of transformation. So the sheet is unpivot in which I have data. Can you see this? All the data is there. Click on load. So I'll be loading the data in my file. Now my data is loaded. Now I need to go into transform data. Here, I'll select on unpivot. This is my data. Now pay attention, okay? It is very simple, but you need to be, you need to just make sure that you select the right columns. Okay. So under transform, there's an option called unpivot columns. But first, before doing any kind of unpivot, what I need to do is that I need to first select the columns that I need to unpivot. Okay. For example, the columns that I wanted to unpivot was these columns, right? So by pressing Control, I can click on all the various different fields. Okay. Just a second. Yeah. So by pressing Control, I can select multiple, fields. Now see all the fields that I want to unpivot are selected. Okay. Now the task is very simple. Let me just go into transformation, unpivot. I'm going to click on unpivot only selected columns. I'm not going to do unpivot for all. I'm going to do unpivot for only selected columns. That's why I've selected the various columns. Let me just click on unpivot selected columns. Okay. Now see, there are all the various columns. Can you see this? With the help of some formula, it has been accumulated in attribute. Okay. So attribute is nothing but your month column. So I'll just change it to month. And second is the value. Okay. I'll just change it to sales. Now see how simple it has been for me to actually convert some data which was there in the pivot format and which can be done in the month in these two fields. Okay, so now all the other columns are gone. Whatever the relevant columns that are there, I have that columns. Now if I want, I can remove these two columns because it is of no use. Now I have a perfect data where I have month and I have sales. Okay, now I'll just click on close and apply, and now I can easily create any visual based on this data. For example, if I want to create a line chart, if I want to see month on month how my sales have grown, so I can create a line chart here. So there's an option called line chart. Click on that. Here the line chart has come. And from here, I'll go into unpivot and I'm going to put month. Okay, let me just check whether the type is correct or not. Let me just go into home, transform. I need to check whether month is a correct format or not. Let us see. So month is ABC. That is fine. That is fine for us. Let us just close and apply. And let us just put sales under y-axis and month under x-axis. So see, something like this will come, which will be a line chart for our sales. So all the months are at the bottom, and how my sales is growing, it is just giving me a line chart. Okay. So this line chart was not possible until and unless I could, I could actually convert this data into from normal pivot format to unpivot format, because I wanted to have this month field, okay, which I could only get because of this unpivot option. Okay, so unpivot option is very, very important for to be used in while handling the data. Is that clear? Unpivot option, any doubt, anybody? Let me just take a break to ask for any doubts. If there are any doubts.
But can you again brief it out? Recap.
let us do a quick recap. Let me just delete the data for you so that we can do it again. Okay, so let me just take the data again. So the unpivot was a sheet. Click on open. Let us select this unpivot. Okay, let us do it one more time so that it can be clear to you. So I need to go into data, transform data. Okay. Here I need to select all the columns that I want to unpivot. Okay. It is very simple. First of all, let us go into the data in which I need to do the unpivot. And I need to select this. And I need to select all the columns that are required. Right. And transform, unpivot, only selected columns. That's it. So these two columns will be created. One will be months, second will be sales. Right. Okay. So once you close and apply, your data will be available so that which can be used by you for any kind of analysis, right? Is it clear? Let us just go into the next part of it where I am going to tell you, as you know, promised, we are going to create a dashboard in 10 minutes, right? Now there is one more option that is there in Power BI which we are going to use. As I told you, text to visual. Okay, there's one option through which we can create a text to visual. Okay. Now, before doing anything, let me just put a timer. Okay, so that we can get to know that how much time it is going to take for us to create a dashboard. Okay. Let us create a stopwatch. Okay. Clear? Yeah, I'll just start this stopwatch and let us see how much time does it take for us to create a dashboard. Okay. So let me just start this time. Let me just go back to my Power BI. Now there's an option called Q&A in Power BI. This is the option Q&A. This is very, very good option that you can use. This is what we call text to visual. Okay. Let me just ask total sales in card visual. Okay. So I have just written a simple prompt. Let us see whether it gives me some data or not. Let's see. It has given me the data. Now all I need to do is I need to just click on this and my card visual will be ready. Same way, I can create more visuals like this with the help of this Q&A option. This is what we call text to visual. Okay. Let me just create few more. Total profit in card visual. Now I'm just going to copy this statement because I'm going to use this statement again and again. So see, this has come. Let me just put this also. So this is the most easiest way of creating your dashboard as fast as possible. Let me just go back. Instead of profit, this time I'm going to put quantity. So see, my visual is ready. Let me just put it. Now, again, this time I'm going to take discount. So this is discount. So this Q&A option is very, very useful for creating a dashboard. Let us do some more. Let us do a, this time total quantity is done, ship cost. Okay, let us do ship cost. Shipping cost in card visual. Okay. So see, shipping cost is also here. Same way, if you remember yesterday, we created one more visual that was for countries, total countries in which I have my business. Okay. So this time I need to change my statement. Okay. Distinct count of total countries. That's it. 146. This was the number. And just see how efficiently we are creating our visual. Right. Let us create a month-wise sales visual. Let us create that. Let me just go here. Right. Sales by month in line chart. Sales by month in line chart. Let us see what it gives me. It is taking some time based on the data. Let me just do it one more time. Maybe it is taking some time. Sales by month in line chart. Month-wise sales, total sales in line chart. So see, can you see this? So sometimes based on like any other AI tool, it is going to ask you for your, it will ask you for the details. Okay. So now see, my monthly sales have been generated. Okay. So in this way you can, and if you want to change something, for example, instead of order date, you want to have month, you can put month also. Okay. So this makes my life quite easy, easier in terms of creating a visual. Let us just try to do one more visual. This time I'm going to create category wise sales by category. See, can you see this? This is how we created yesterday also.
Yes, sir.
Same way, one more visual I can create. So I'm using a single Q&A option to create all these, right? This time I'm going to create sub sales by subcategory. Sales by subcategory. So see subcategory by sales in the form of in stacked column chart.
सर ये क्वेश्चन एक्सेप्ट करने के लिए डायलॉग बॉक्स आ कहाँ से रहा है?
Just a second. Let me just finish and then I'll take the notes. So see, this is how I have created my. Let me just click it and see almost my dashboard is there. Let us see what time did we take to create all these visuals. Can you see this? 7 minutes, 13 seconds. Okay. Still we have time. What I can do? I can do the editing part. Let us just do a editing part. Let us make it blue. Remove maybe, yeah, let us make it blue and create borders. Okay. Visual borders. Border color will be blue. Okay. Something like this, right? And corner should be 12. Now I don't need to do these changes again and again. What I can do is I can just format paint it to other visuals. Can you see this? So all the visuals will get format painted, right? Now what I can do, I can just adjust the size. So I can just adjust the size based on my requirement. Can you see this? This also you just format painted to this way, right? If you want to manage the decimals, you can just manage the decimal by clicking on that visual, go into decimal and make it 0. Correct? Here also make it 0. See how effortlessly we are creating the visual. This visuals also I am just going to give them the borders. Just like this format painter. This format painter. Just resize it. This also increase the size. And now see, this is my dashboard, which has most of the information related to most of the relevant information. And what is the time? 9:59. Clear? So we have been able to create a dashboard, and considering the fact that I am explaining that, if I don't explain and create it by myself, it will be even less than 10 minutes. Okay. So in this way, you can create your visual and now why did I give you this kind of exercise is because I wanted to show you that there are various possibilities that are there in a tool like Power BI. Okay, this Q&A option, okay, can help you create any kind of visual. So let me just, for those who had some issues, let me just click on this visual. So this card will get open, kind of card. Now it gives you some of the suggestions. You can go into show all suggestions. So it will give you all the suggestions that you can create visuals for. But I don't want to go by that suggestion. I want to create my own visual. For example, I just have to write, just like in ChatGPT, we write, right? Here also we are going to write. For example, sales by subcategory. So see, it gives me some suggestion also in maybe funnel chart. Can you see this? This is the most easiest way of creating any kind of visual. All you need to do is that you need to know how to write these, prompts, okay, which we cover in our detailed course. Okay, this you will not find anywhere else. This is something that we cover in our detailed course, how to write this prompt, okay, to get most out of this kind of visual. But for basic purpose, you can use it, whatever we have, told you till now based on that.